What's going on, everyone? My name is GamingNavi, and I'm here with Power Rush. This time he's not gonna beat my ass, and this time he's not gonna beat my ass in Tetris. Because we're playing Final Fantasy. It's gonna be very hard for him to fight me in Tetris when we're not playing Tetris. But knowing his skill, he will probably find a way. Let's do this.
I will definitely find a way. Absolutely.
You will find a way, and it scares me. Okay, so let's see. Where did we leave off?
Anyway, what is up, guys?
Oh, okay. Time for battle. Just murder everything, everyone. There goes Maria, insta-killing everything because she's unstoppable. And her strength went up. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
mic check. Is there any problems?
I could hear you fine on my side. Let me check the stream. Yep, can definitely hear you there, buddy. Alright. Now to try and remember what we were doing, because I didn't stream last week because my dad came home, I think. It was either my dad or my mom came home, and I didn't want to get in the way, and I wanted to spend time with them. Well, only one thing to do. Let's go back inside the kingdom. Let's go ask around. I hate that about old RPGs, that you can just put the game down for like over a week, play something else, and then immediately be like, oh crap, I don't remember what to do. Dark Knight overseeing the Dreadnought's construction was most capable. Fortunately for us, he's tending to other matters now. The theft of Myrthil has likely knocked the Empire off balance. I'd like you to journey to Bafsk. We're going to stop the Dreadnought from being completely... This may be our only chance. We have a man in Bafsk. He's found a way to reach the Dreadnought. I want you to destroy it. At the very least, find a way to delay its completion. Full confidence that with you and Minwu, the task will be accomplished. Noted. So, we are to go to Bafsk, wherever that may be. I genuinely don't remember where it is, so... Time to go pull up a map of Final Fantasy 2. Someday I'm gonna be better at this. Final Fantasy 2 map. I just need to know how to get to Bafsk, or where that may be. Okay, so we are in Altair. Okay, I see Bafsk. It's not that far away. I think we actually might have been there for all I know. So, nope, I need to press X. Okay, so we have not been to Bafsk, but it's near Poft. So if we can get to Poft, we'll get to Bafsk in no time.
Why would you go to a weird region of Spain?
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
I'm doing great, actually. I just got weekends off at work, and now I'm using that to meet up with my dad every Saturday so that we can do some, like, driving so I get used to being behind the wheel.
That's nice to hear. It took me a while to get used behind being behind the wheel of a car. I popped a tire on one of my first immediate goes.
It's not hard, but like every car is different, and it's just a matter of just getting it down. Also, I have no practice with parking.
Yeah, parking is difficult, especially parallel parking. I only ever did that back in high school, and that was just because the school parking lot got filled up very fast. And I haven't had to do it, and I have not done it since. Ever since graduating.
I'm a failure at parking. I'm a big failure of parking.
How bad can you be?
Well, yeah. Well, over here in America, there's a much higher incentive for driving in my case, actually, because of how much I can traverse.
It also doesn't help that America kind of doesn't have many other valid transportations. We don't exactly have that many subways that are, you know...
Well, we also put all of our money into cars and building these, like, 16-lane highways.
Yeah. We don't build transportation that everyone can use, just transportation that only a select few can use.
Yeah, like, the railroad system in Oregon is literally just goes from Newport up to Portland, which is basically halfway up half of the coast, and that's all the railroads for public transport in Oregon.
I see. I will say, discussing public transit does make me realize why Amaniki was always on about how better things were in Japan for that.
Well, yeah, because it's like the thing about it is, like, Japan at least like Tokyo is a lot like New York City, where everything's just a clock and everything has to have a constant flow. If the flow is disrupted, then it causes major problems. And having like
It does.
updated public transit can help with that.
So yes.
It does create a lot of problem, though. I gotta say.
No one ever says it's perfect. All I know is
Well, yeah.
back when Amineki and I went to
Also-
college together, he would just be like, oh, he would often talk about how great that was.
Yeah,
'Cause he doesn't
but
know how to drive.
Again, it's like I'm talking about like how it is specifically in America. How is it in Indonesia?
Well, I think not really that much.
Okay.
Don't remind your side. There's an entrance in the sewers up ahead. Okay. I see us
But,
talking. They
but
make
if
us
I'm gonna be completely honest, Indonesia uses a lot more like transportation, like cars and whatnot, like a lot.
Oh, so
because
it's
you don't
primarily
really
like
walk.
bus. It's like public buses mostly then.
And
How the heck is a dagger better than freaking Furian's sword? That's bullshit. Okay, well, we'll get a longbow for Guy.
Did
Okay,
Guy speak Beaver yet?
Okay, you know about that. Don't.
I
am
watched
going.
Pro Jared.
Nice. Don't talk about it too much. Pow doesn't know.
Oh.
This is
Unfortunate.
Pal's first time experiencing Final Fantasy games.
You'll find out later.
Yeah.
Only the cool kids can know about this information.
There's a reason Guy is one of the best party members. It is for something only he can do. Trust us,
only
pal.
only cool guys know.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll be a part of
Oh
the.
yeah.
You'll be a part of the cool kids club in a minute.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I think I have something I can talk about to fill in 30 minutes maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
I went to Seattle recently.
Oh, nice. How was that?
It was great. It's basically everything you love and hate about Portland times 2. There's more people and just as many more problems, and it smells even worse.
Yikes. That's not good. Oh, treasure chest. Need that.
You know, it was fun. It was absolutely great for what it was, but it's just like, you know, it just comes with most big city problems. But when you look past that, it's really nice. We got to see I almost said Columbia, that's not even accurate. You got to see the mouth of the Gulf around Washington and watch the sunset with all the Chinese cargo ships. Got a front view to that.
Wanna know
Yeah.
what's worse? You wanna know what's worse than any of those?
Smoke and trash.
No. No.
What?
Meeting my own like terrible classmates.
Ooh, how bad
Oh
did that
my
go
god,
for ya?
I don't even want. Oh my god, today. Okay, so I used to be in a special needs group throughout like my whole school career, elementary, middle, high school, even after high school. I was part of like developmental disabilities and like special needs groups like that, and always running into people who I used to quote unquote be friends with during those times always makes me feel super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I talked about this before, but I went through a transitional period where I basically grew out of my disability. And that was pretty much around the time that I met you, Chris.
Neat.
So, to make this long story short, because of my transition, I feel very awkward talking to them because I've moved on from those days, and because of the way the human brain works, they just haven't. And so it's not that I hate any of them, it's just that I feel like we're so different that I need to move on.
I get that one.
Oh, mine. That is. I have worse case than that. Like mine is way worse case than that.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I still have some of the remnants, and they do kind of bleed into when I'm talking to you, and that's why I might go silent for a bit after I say something.
I go silent because I don't know because I have no social skills, so it's just me sort of just pretending I don't exist. Something I
Well,
need to stop
my
doing.
solution, my previous solution to that was like if I wanted to join a stream, I'd freaking take a couple puffs and then just roll with the punches.
For some reason, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, yeah. There's been
I don't say that to insult you, but just like
no,
it
yeah,
kind of
I
adds
get it.
up now.
Well, yeah, and like I don't want to toot my own horn, but I feel like it adds something to the stream to sometimes.
I've always wanted to try doing that with my brother because he's often gets high a lot, and he's made a challenge that whatever he does, you know, I should try making him watch some of the tokusatsu stuff I watch, like Godzilla or Kamen Rider and such, just to
Oh,
just so
that'd
he
be
can try.
awesome. Dude, freaking watching Power
Yes.
Rangers and
Okay,
Godzilla while
I
Stone
did-
sounds great.
I did do that with him once. We watched a season of Super Sentai called Zoojer, which was about animals, and their giant mechs were all made out of building blocks. So my brother, while he was stoned, was like, okay, so Power Rangers are based off zoos, and they formed their Megazord, which is Steve from Minecraft, and he just had... It was hilarious to listen to him rationale everything he just saw.
You know what's funny about smoking is that you know what's funny about smoking is that like there's two different personalities you'll have when you're at the point of no return. You're either a complete dumbass who just creates fake scenarios for fun, or you're a freaking Harvard graduate genius. There's no in between.
I think it's safe to say which one my brother was.
Well, yeah. I'm more on the side of the I'm more of a side on the genius, but that's mainly because I dedicated most of my high school years to learning about history and geography and stuff like that.
Hey, my brother
Which
did that
is-
with history too.
Which is funny enough, one day I got super stoned and I saw that Quentin's streaming. So I joined the chat and I talked about languages for like the whole stream and like the origins of languages and how they spread and became what they are. I probably mentioned this before, but
Yeah, you have once. That was really cool. Made me wish I had
Yeah.
more time to tune into his streams as well.
and once again, Quentin, if you're watching this and you're just now learning this, I apologize.
Ame's cool like that.
Yeah.
I did like I was featured in his Kingdom Hearts video like recently.
I'm neat. I wish I had been there for
You know
that.
what's funny?
What's
Okay,
that?
I want to talk about something weird. So, our good friend Wolfkaosaun on Twitter
Yeah.
and Discord was talking with Trav Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
the-
kind of like one of those like smaller but like more notable YouTube. Like,
Yeah, I've been
gaming-
following him for a while.
Yeah, so like apparently like he did some like chit chatting with him, and then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, he shows up on a brain scratch commentary, and then he goes to Elliot's wedding,
Huh. That's cool.
and I'm like, that is such a weird turn of events to see some YouTuber just like you know when you get those videos where they just like it's a random YouTuber you never watch and they just show up in your feed occasionally.
Yeah.
Imagine like something like that, just working up the ladder to that point within like a month.
I would love to do something like that, but I don't think the cards are in that for me. I think I'm gonna stay
No.
this obscure channel that no one will ever remember.
Dude, I would rather like never attempt to make a YouTube channel again just because of like not because I'm not good at it, but if that day comes and I do reach that final step, I'm probably gonna be miserable.
Hmm.
Because I already am thinking about BS thoughts constantly, and to add a popular YouTube channel with people making rumors about me potentially, or spamming me on social media or stuff like that, I don't need that.
I think I'd be used to it because I already do that with myself. If anything, that would just confirm, be like, yep, I know people are doing it now, so I can stop being that paranoid and I can
Yeah.
calm down a little bit.
And it's different with like you and Quentin because it's like I know you guys. I've known you guys for a while and like we've been friends for a while and we just join in and talk.
Mm-hmm. I think my biggest flaw as a creator is that it's hard for me to sit down and actively do something that isn't, you know, like playing a game. But I mean, even playing a game can be difficult, because there's a million games I've started playing on this channel and I haven't finished. I need to go back and finish so many games. Mega Man X Command Mission. I need to go back and finish Skies of Arcadia. What's that?
You know what the solution is?
Sometimes you plan on canceling the game even though you did not finish it yet. That's one problem.
Yeah.
You know the solution to this problem is drugs. I'm just kidding.
No. But like, one thing that I'm working really hard to do these days is I'm trying to, if you saw me on Twitter, I'm playing through Shin Megami Tensei 5 again, because that's what I'm going to be reviewing now instead of Mario Land 2, because I just lost any creative spark to continue going with that, and then Vegas kept breaking down on me, so while I look for a new...
that's fair. Like, as much as I like Mario Land 2, it's like, if you take away the, like, quirky aesthetics that it has, there's really not much going on with it, so I understand you're wanting to decline working on that.
If I'm going to go back to that game, I think I want to do it in, like, a big compilation where I'm talking about, like, you know, Mario Land 1, Mario Land 2, and then maybe, like, the Wario Land trilogy.
No, you know what you should do?
What?
You should, I was thinking, like, you could make, like, a certain, like, themed marathon to it, and, like, after Mario Land 2, close to the end, you have some gag is like, but that Wario guys, you're pretending like it's 1992 and the game just came out, and you're seeing it as the first appearance of Wario. You make up some like BS line like, but that Wario character is kind of weird. It's almost like he has something bigger up his sleeve, and then you get cut off, and then like the whole video gets cut off, and then Wario comes up, and then like you just put up the date that the Wario Land 1 review is gonna be up.
That would be
coming soon.
That would be ideal. Who knows? Maybe that will happen later down the road. But it's, I don't think I can make a dedicated video to just Mario Land 2, because it's...
No, you talk about the first 2 Mario Land games in one video, and then you're like, at the end, you do the gag. Because, like, if you talk about both of them, if you talk about both of them in depth, because I saw, like, Exo Paradigm Gamer do it, and he managed to squeeze, like, 25 minutes out of both games.
Well, you might have to send me that, because I'm sitting here kind of struggling to get it done to find the spark to keep going on with that one. But at the same time, it's just... Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a very interesting game for me to talk about, because I'm getting a similar spark from that one that I got from Robopon, and that might just be my favorite video I've worked on, period. And my plan is, once I'm done with Shin Megami Tensei 5, I'm gonna go do Robopon 2. Because that is a game I am really excited to talk about.
Where is Discord?
Discord is...
To the very freaking bottom, sorry. Alright, I sent you the video in the DMs.
Thank you. And also, on your earlier comment about how you watch Pro Jared, I'm also taking his big strategy of fighting unarmed. Except I'm using that exclusively on Maria. Because she is generic girl, so now I'm turning her into the generic girl, but overpowered buff monk archetype of the team.
What version of the game are you playing?
The Pixel Remaster. I have access to the GBA port, but I paid for the Pixel Remasters, so I'm gonna play the Pixel Remasters. Which I'm excited for some of these, because especially Final Fantasy 3, because that's gonna be that's a recreation of the original NES version. I'm hyped for that, because I played the DS port a lot.
There's a time, and the time is now, and it's free for me.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's been a while since I played the DS.
I'm always playing something.
Yeah, I kind of suck because right now I'm juggling between like the same like 2 or 3 games, and I've just been doing that for the past couple years because I've been mostly listening to music more than anything, and like no offense, Chris, but like knowing you, I don't really feel like I can like express how I've been doing music as well as like I can to make you to like have you understand, if that makes any sense.
Is it because I don't understand music?
Well, not really. It's just like, well, what are some like bands or artists that you listen to that's not video game OSTs?
Gonna have to give me a few minutes. I listen
Exactly.
listen to classic rock. I listen to Beatles. Listen to stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was listening to Kenny Loggins today at work. It's hard for me to
Alright.
describe that because, as you can tell, yeah, I'm not exactly a music person. I don't put too much thought into what I listen to.
Yeah, I've been like I've been a hardcore music fan since I was like 7.
Hmm.
And it's like
Man, that's been
I've
a
pretty
while.
much like music has always been like the hobby I can always go back to. I mean, hell, in the past like year and a half I've been building up a CD collection.
Nice.
And I just passed like 50 albums like a couple weeks ago.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah. And I posted the pic of my Walkman or like another time.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that picture. That was really cool.
So yeah, I've
Well, was
been
that
like
my,
delving back into music hardcore recently.
When I was at my grandfather's, I saw a freaking 8-track.
Oh,
That's
wow.
something. Yeah.
And I had to talk to my dad because like he gave me a multimedia player. It's like one of those like wooden kind of like I want to say like the one it's kind of like one of those like wooden ones that are like, oh, it plays CDs, vinyls, radio, cassettes. Like it's like one of those all-in-one system that looks like an old radio from the 40s or whatever.
That's cool.
But yeah, it is cool, but it's also a janky piece of shit. Like it plays it, but it's full of like oversights that should have been fixed but aren't. Like there's a headphone jack on it, right? And the headphone jack is right above the CD tray, and the CD tray sticks out. So if I'm plugging in my headphones, the CD tray won't open because the headphone wire is dangling in front of it.
Hmm.
And so like I can listen to vinyls on it just fine with headphones in though, but yeah, it's just like my point is I just need to get proper players for both formats.
Hmm.
My CD Walkman is doing fine, but as for vinyl, I definitely need a new turntable. Sorry, that was a long tangent.
It's all good. I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do with this. I'm trying to figure out what to do now.
But yeah, my favorite artist changes like every 4 years or so. First it was Tom Petty. First it was like the Beatles and Queen were sort of a tie. And then I kind of got tired of those, and to this day I still don't really care for the Beatles and Queen. Then it was Tom Petty, and Tom Petty is still like one of my favorite artists of all time. Then Radiohead, and then Gomez. And I actually got a Radiohead sticker when I went to the coast with my brother.
Wait, Gomez as in Selena Gomez?
No, completely different. Comparing Selena Gomez to Gomez is like comparing an apple to a freaking rocket launcher.
I mean, sorry, I
don't blame you, because like that's the question I get a lot about it.
Because my first artist was in the season of Justin Bieber. That was my season.
Not a good season.
That is not a good season. Okay, people say Justin Bieber's newer stuff is good, but in my opinion, I think it's just a different taste of terrible. Like before it was bad because it's like this preteen trying to sing his heart out, and now it's bad because it's this try-hard hip-hop stuff.
No. That's not that Justin Bieber season. My Justin Bieber season was like I don't know, like when he was still a kid and whatnot. That was when he was still a kid.
So the first bad era.
Yeah. I remember being in middle school and a bunch of the girls were obsessed with him.
Dude, I remember when I was in elementary school and you got heckled to shit if you liked Justin Bieber.
Our freaking gym teacher just to torture us. put Justin Bieber music in the playlist. That
Did
would
you,
happen
when you were in
whenever
elementary
really-
school, did you ever have to dance along to Dynamite in PE class?
What song is that?
We gon' rock this club. We gon' here all night.
Oh yeah,
we
that
gon' light
one.
it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not familiar with that one, but we never did that, but I'm familiar with the song. Wait.
Oh, when we were in PE, there was like an ending class like close to the end of the day in elementary school, and it swapped every day from PE music, PE music, PE music, and then one day they combined PE and music into a dance club, and we had to do a very specific dance along to that song, and it was like the cheesiest crap. It was like symbolic, like when they say dynamite, you like clench your fist and then you spread out your hand to simulate a bomb going off or whatever.
That sounds like you were in show choir and not gym.
No, it was gym. It's just that the music teacher joined with the gym teacher, and we freaking combined them. Like in like PE, you like run around, you move your body a lot. In music, you play the freaking recorder like a Melvin, and so it's like music, physical activity. You combine them, you get that.
Sounds like you just did show. Sounds like show choir with extra steps.
It wasn't a freaking choir. We were on the gym floor doing it.
It's just, I've seen show choir before, and it's a lot of not just the singing, it's also the dancing and shit. My brother, I had to go to a bunch of show choir competitions thanks to my brother. Just sounds like y'all did that. Sounds like y'all just did the dance portion of show choir.
I remember when I was in first grade, I participated in my first and like it was my only play. No, I had more plays, but it was my first play, and it was of the Sneetches, and I was a star-bellied Sneetch who had stars upon theirs. And one of my brother's old friends, not friends with them anymore, but he played Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and like for like the star off and star on machines, it was just like a bunch of dudes in like green skin suits and red skin suits, just like moving their arms up and down as we pass behind them.
Good Lord. I tried to enter the musical and show choir scene when I was in middle school, but I just didn't. I think the excuse was I forgot to go do anything about it. I was like, oh, I'll show interest in that, and then I didn't do anything else.
I didn't go to a proper middle school.
Oh.
Again, going back to like the special needs thing, I went to what was basically like the most dumbed down school in the entire town. Like most people don't even remember. Most kids who went to this school remember nothing after they leave.
Yikes.
And that's kind of what I felt. So
same goes for me. Same goes for my school as well.
Yeah, those were some rough times.
School is an interesting time for everyone.
Not only my middle school, but also primary school. Yeah. Like, I don't want to talk about it. It's just all around experience of being bullied. No more. More.
When I was younger, my brother tormented me a lot. Like he's better. He doesn't do it anymore, and he regrets it. But he used to have a giant stick up his ass when he was younger. He had a bit of an ego.
My brother. Wait.
That was. I still have that problem.
Did you just say what I think you said, Chris?
My brother had a stick up his ass.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a different orientation of that. Never mind.
Good Lord.
Until this day, my not what you call friends from my classmate basically are still doing it. Like they're still trying to harass me for like liking the stuff I like and not liking the stuff they like. Like,
well, what is it they're making? Well, what is it they're making fun of?
I am talking to the Sunfire, and it doesn't understand anything.
Well, like, make him understand.
First of all, harassing me, like crystal ball harassing me, basically trying to get me into stuff they
No,
like.
no. What were they harassing you about? Like, what did you like that pushed them to want to harass you?
Just basically anything that I like that is basically they don't like. With just everything. Everything.
Man, God, I don't want to sound. Man, it's like I ask questions and you become more vague.
But I think what he's just saying is he got made fun of for just everything because they didn't understand it or enjoy it.
So
Yep.
like nerd shit.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Think of that as
Right.
your medium. That they're the jocks and he was the nerd. They're kind of making fun of him because of that. Think about it like in that context.
Well, yeah, but it's also like nerd. Well, like, let me put it this way, Chris. Nerd shit ranges from like Star Trek and Legos to like Nick Jr. shows.
Well, when I was in middle school and such, nerd shit also included certain games. Like if you were into Zelda or
Nintendo.
yeah, not even like just Nintendo, but like if you were into anything that wasn't, Assassin's Creed, rated
Call
M, any of this
Call
stuff.
of Duty.
Yeah, you're into Call of
frickin'
Duty,
Halo.
Mass Effect, anything
Yeah.
that wasn't rated M, you were suddenly, oh, you're just a nerd. You don't understand. This is all cool game. This makes
Exactly.
us cool.
That's also one of the problems.
Well, it's like whatever. I still play Pikmin 1 to this day, and it's a freaking great game. And by the way, I just cracked my freaking record again, and I beat the game in 9 days now, getting all the parts.
Nice.
Single digits, baby.
I remember when you helped me with my first ever playthrough of that game. That was a lot of fun.
Dude,
Where the fuck do I go?
that was a rough start, dude. Like, I get it, you never played games like that, but like that was, oh my god.
I still managed to get every item before the due date.
With
I will
me
say that.
holding your hand the entire time.
I was able to figure out some of the game by myself. Not all of it.
You know what's funny? Like, all things considered, would you be down to like go back to games? Like for games you played for the first time, would you be interested in like doing a revisit playthrough to maybe see things from a different perspective and like get things done quicker?
Maybe. I might do that.
Speedrun?
I'm surprised people don't do that more often. Like I get it, you're playing the same game for the same channel again,
Well,
but
I mean,
people's perspectives change, and you might see things differently. You might think something that was harder initially was easier the next time.
I do kind of plan on doing that with some games, like crap, I forgot to counterspell. One thing I like, Live It Live. I'm gonna be going back to that soon because the remake
Well,
comes
yeah,
out
that
this
was
year.
like one
So
of the first games you ever played for your channel.
yeah, that was one of the games that helped sell me. Like, yep, I'm going to keep doing this because I really enjoyed that. But wait, crud, I gotta go back to. I went to the wrong fucking place. I had to go check a guide to figure out why I can't do anything. Figured out why. Now I'm abandoned in the literal middle of nowhere. Good God, it's gonna be a long walk. But there are games I do plan on revisiting. Even if not just for games I played in the channel, games I played in general. Like, hopefully at some point after, like, maybe after I'm done marathon playing the Final Fantasy games, I'm gonna start marathoning the Zelda games on Mondays. I'm gonna start with Zelda 1 and then move on to Link Between Worlds, Link to the Past, because screw Zelda 2, I'm not doing that.
Are we gonna do Majora's Mask again?
Yes, and this time we're gonna do it on my GameCube.
We
That way-
just stuck to that one.
I kept trying to emulate the game every time, okay? That was my
Well, yeah, that's
problem,
true.
and then I ran
I
into
feel
problems with the emulator. So this time I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go to my GameCube, which I know and I can rely on. Oh no, am I stuck? Did I potentially softlock the game?
Well, save and reset.
no.
No. No, God, no. Please let me
Oh,
get back to
no,
Poft.
Liz.
I need to get back to Poft. Please. Yes, right.
Did you soft lock?
Okay, thank goodness. I did not soft lock the game, everyone. I'm good. I was worried worried the place I was on was its own separate continent. I needed a boat. Because I have a canoe, but I don't think that could get me anywhere. Thank goodness. I was scared there because I had saved after I landed on there. So I was very worried.
Another game I need to go back. There's a lot of games I need to go back to and finish. Like, I just started up Earthbound again.
Nice.
Like, and I'm enjoying it right now, but I haven't reached the wall that I hit initially that made me want to stop playing forever.
Me and Chase need to get back together and finish up Earthbound. Because we did that a long time ago back in college.
So the part that I got stuck on and made me want to quit was, you know how in is it Scaraba, Dalam, the Middle Eastern looking place where you like go south into the Dungeon Man?
Yeah, I remember Dungeon Man. He was awesome.
There's a part where there's like a phone for you to call your dad, right?
Yeah.
And that phone is past a gauntlet of enemies, and so I game overed near that part, and the only hospital to revive my party members is the one all the way back in town up north. But to get there, I have to travel back through the enemy gauntlet to get there.
Is that before or after getting the Sword of Kings?
That is after you exit the Dungeon Man.
Okay, so Sword of Kings is after that?
I don't know. I haven't gotten the Sword of Kings.
Well, I always consistently get the Sword of Kings. So let's just say that whenever I enter big gauntlet areas like that, I am typically over leveled and after, you know, doing a bunch of grinding. So
and also I'm not really familiar with like JRPGs, like JRPGs. So I also wasn't like buying better armor every time I get to a new shop or stuff like that.
Ooh.
And like I prioritized grinding over getting better armor, which I feel like was also my major screw up there. Like I think everyone still had like silver bracelets on.
First blood marks. No craft inside. Okay. Thank you, Joseph. Let's go get your snowcraft, Joestar. There's all kinds of games I want to marathon on the channel. Like, as on Fridays now, I'm doing Danganronpa instead of Bug Snacks. And that will be interesting. At some point, I hope to do Castlevania games. All kinds of games I want to keep doing.
So, I need to ask something about Danganronpa because every time I see Danganronpa mentioned anywhere, people are always thrashing it as if it's like Satan's abortion that needs to just die.
I literally know nothing about it. I'm playing Danganronpa 1 for the first time now. So, quite literally, you know as much as I do. I had a bit more knowledge of it back in high school because there was an abridged series of the anime that never saw completion, and I vaguely remember bits of it, but not much.
Alright. Because, like, from what I've seen, it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like a Five Nights at Freddy's situation where, like, the game is fine, it's just that the community sucks dungus.
So, basically Undertale.
Five Nights at Freddy's was before Undertale.
I know, but I have a worse history with Undertale than I did Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's fair.
I got a lot of harassment from Undertale fans back in high school. Because almost everyone back in high school had...
Undertale fans, man.
Everyone in my high school, it seemed like everyone had played it, and I first liked it, and then I got shit for being a Homestuck fan from Undertale fans. And then I looked at it again, like, wow, this game's actually kind of mid, now that I look at it again. And then I was like, I don't think the game's that good anymore. And then I got a bunch of shit because, like, oh, it's the perfect game, how could you say that?
Well, the main drive for Undertale is, like, again, like, not to go back to Earthbound again, but it's the same reason for Earthbound. It's like, you don't really play Earthbound for the mechanics or, like, the setup. You play it for, like, the humor in the world it is in.
Well, I mean, even in that sense, I think, even in that sense, I couldn't get into Undertale the same way everyone else did. I love a good story. Something about the world of Undertale made it difficult for me to actually get invested in it. I don't know why.
And also the the way the game wants you to handle enemy encounters is just too slow for me. It's like you talk to them, you compliment them, you talk to them again, you go through bullet hell puzzles, then you run away.
I enjoy bullet hell games. I played a lot of Toho back in high school, so I had my fair share of experience with that, and that didn't scare me away. I just didn't think the characters were that interesting. And especially since they were all more or less locked to one chapter, you basically had to enjoy them then, or you basically just
waste your time.
Yeah. So if you didn't immediately get attached to, Sans or Papyrus and Snowden, they'll call you a couple more times throughout the game, but if you didn't enjoy them then, well, that's kind of it.
That's how I feel with listening to music sometimes. Like when I'm going through like an artist and like an album's not really hitting me, and then I look and it's like, oh, there's like 4 songs and 20 minutes left. Oh boy. Where you feel like you're just locked in this scenario where it's like you're not getting into it at all and you just have to slog through it, and that's just no fun.
Yeah, it's not fun when you're basically forcing yourself to do something. Because I enjoy doing something, but I want to feel like I'm willingly doing it. Like, I enjoyed playing Shin Megami Tensei 5 for the first time. I'm not enjoying it now because I'm forcing myself to do it again to get one of the alternate endings. Well, to go correct.
Well, that's your problem, is that you're forcing yourself to play a game.
Well, I mean, I'm doing it just so I can get that quote true ending, so I can add that to my review script. Just because, there's multiple endings. If there's a true ending, you gotta get that one. So I'm just doing that.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like, it sounds like you're mainly doing it for the review, which is basically just an unchecked box.
Because I started playing the game, and I began to record for the idea that maybe I'd be interested enough to review it, and of course I did. So I finished, and I got invested in the game enough that I genuinely kept playing it out of interest. Then I finished the game. It's like, okay, now to do it again, and I lost a bit of the spark there, and that took me a good few months to get back into. And now I'm having to do all kinds of shit to make sure I'm staying interested. I'm rewatching Arrow again for the nth time.
That is just like my Bomberman like Touch 2 experience. That video of mine, like Bomberman, it's like your kind of experience, which that boomed on my channel, which I kind of do not enjoy making.
When you have like a show that you just keep constantly going just so that you have something to do, and it's just like constantly going. For me, in game form, that's Breath of the Wild. It's like, with Breath of the Wild, it's just something that I can constantly, repeatedly play over and over again so that I have just like something to do. And I also recently learned how to wind bomb, so I've been having fun with that too.
Neat. I think for me, when it comes to games that I can just play for the sake of having something to do, I think for me that would just be Pokemon games in general. Because, I don't know, they're simple, they're easy to figure out without having to put much thought into it.
I can't play Pokemon anymore.
Why's that?
It's just like, even if like the games are more dumbed down than ever, it's just too much of an investment, and I'm not feeling as rewarded as I should be when playing it for the investment you put in. It's like, that's the thing about like all my favorite games is like, there's a lot going on in them, and they don't overstay their welcome. It's like Pikmin 1, Mario World, Super Metroid, and what's its name? With the exception of Breath of the Wild, it's like those are all games that I can just play and beat in one session and feel satisfied about myself. Like 2 to 3 to 4 hour session, I can just play those games and complete them, and it just feels good to do so. I know I should become a speedrunner, but the thing about like Pokemon and JRPGs in general is that because the game wants you to improve your skills and get stronger and grind. I know grinding is like varies from RPG to RPG, but you know, it's still a mechanic that you kind of have to do if you want to progress confidently. And because of that, I don't really feel myself getting into them as much.
Me, I really like JRPGs because I like storytelling, narratives and stuff. That is something that is very important to me. And you'll hear me talk a lot in the future Shin Megami Tensei 5 video. The problem
Much.
is just...
You see, there's my problem is I'm the opposite. I'm like, fuck the story, I want to play a game.
Well, it's like, if I want something, if I don't want to have to worry about a story, I'll go play Pokemon, because, you know, it's not really relevant there. But, like, but more often than not, I want a story, so I'll fire up Final Fantasy, I'll go play the first half of Dragon Quest XI, aka the best part. Or, you know, I'll go play something like that. But if I just want to turn my brain off, fuck a Pokemon. Because I can turn my brain off without even having to think of strategy and just use the best, use a move that deals damage and then good job, you did it. The only forethought I put in my mind is, hey, maybe I should try using a different team this time, and that's it. Like my current replay of Fire Red, I'm trying to use an Arbok this time because I've never used Ekans or Arbok, and I'm realizing why I don't use it. It's because it sucks. But you know, that's the only essence of forethought I put into replaying Pokemon games. It's like, okay, I want to try doing something different. What am I going to do to change up my team? My current replay of Pokemon Crystal, I'm using an Ariados because I've never used it, and I'm realizing I kind of like Ariados, but like that's it.
Yeah, for me with Crystal, like I never beat like Gen 2 because like the technical end of the game is beating Red, and I just don't want to work my way up there at all, because like you're essentially playing like two different games into one game to truly get to the end. And most of the time when I went back to those, I never did that. I just played like the initial Johto. I played the initial Johto region, and then like I'd call that a day. There you go, I beat the game.
The only time I've ever beaten a Gen 2 game was when I first got Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And that was because, you know, I was a young kid and I got a brand new game. I very rarely revisit it, but to be fair, that's because after I moved here, some point I lost my copy of Heart Gold, and that made me very depressed. And when I finally got Pokemon Silver for the Game Boy Color, it was an old Pokemon game. It was the original Game Boy Color versions when nothing was actually balanced or put effort into. So it was very hard to revisit that in any way, shape, or form, so...
It's just so easy for the most part.
Well, I wouldn't say easy, because the game does require you to level up a lot, and you get so little XP from doing anything except battling trainers, and you can't rebattle trainers at the time. So it kind of sucked in that regard.
No, you can rebattle trainers if you register the phone numbers.
Yes, but then you have to wait for them to call you. You can't just call them up whenever you feel like it, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to battle right now. You have to wait for them to be like, hey, I give a shit, finally, can you fight me? And then you have to wait another 24 hours in real time for them to do that again.
Something for the time.
Well, yes. I'm just looking at these games post, you know, like Fire Red and Leaf Green, when it introduced the Versus Seeker, which let you do that whenever the heck you felt like. You know, that's awesome. But I don't want to have to wait for them to do that. To tell me, hey, yeah, I'm willing to do this again. And I have to, for like each one. Whereas like Fire Red and Leaf Green, just run around a circle for a bit to recharge the Versus Seeker. Next thing I know, go into a screen filled with trainers, activate the Versus Seeker, and each and every single one of them wants to fight again. And then I can battle all of them. Whereas like going back and, you know, replaying Crystal, it's like, wow. Really just walking back and forth in the grass while I wait, battling wild Pokemon, while I wait for someone to call me and be like, hey, yeah, I'm ready to fight. When more often than not, they're like, hey, I fought him to Rattata in the grass, and we couldn't beat it because we were just too weak. Anyways, have a good day, I'm going.
Man, you know what's funny? Talking about Pokemon makes me want to watch Noragami again, for some reason.
What does Pokemon and Noragami have to do with each other?
They're both made in Japan. I don't fucking know.
The whole The whole whole calling you up to battle thing is like people calling Yato to freaking solve all their problems. They're waiting for Yato to give a shit.
Like,
Yeah.
as if Yato is going to grant your wish, like see the end of season 2 with that bullshit ass cliffhanger, and
I
he
have
still
not
hasn't
seen
fulfilled
season
your-
2.
You haven't, bro,
Girl.
get your ass over here. We're gonna have an anime night.
I will make sure to. I will try and make that
Oh,
happen.
I think while the first
I'll come up to your
I'll
door
say
wearing
this.
I'll come up to your door with freshly painted nails and a skirt and be like, "Yo, let's do this shit."
Okay, so you know, I wouldn't even care. But anyway, so I'm not gonna spoil you anything, but it's like I will say this. In terms of what they present, I prefer Arigato compared to the first season. For like what it presents again, but I still have that personal connection to the first season that sort of slightly outweighs it because of how much it struck a chord with my personal life.
If there's any anime that I watched back in high school, which is when I discovered Noragami, that stuck with me, it was Future Diary, because that shit was weird. You ever see that one?
No, but oh my god. I'm not gonna go into it as much about like Noragami, but let me put it this way. The episode Borderline where they're in the school and like they're in the girls' bathroom because one guy is scared of being bullied. Remember that?
Vaguely. I haven't
So-
seen Noragami since high school, so...
No. Well, that specific episode is like the reason it hits too close to home for me. Let's just put it that way.
Hiding away from bullying. Frickin' door here. Why is there a door here? It's been a while since I've ever played It's been a while since I played Final Fantasy 2, so I don't even remember if that's relevant or not.
Oh yeah, back to Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah, in case you forgot, yeah, I'm still playing that. I don't
Well-
think I'm screen sharing with the
We're
Discord.
not screen sharing it, and that's why it's funny.
You'll have to tune into the live stream to see what's going on. You
I
missed a
don't
lot
want
of.
echoed audio.
You mean you could just? Oh wait, yeah, I forgot you're using the same device that you're using to talk with me on.
Yeah, that's the stupid thing is like you can mute the YouTube video on desktop, but you can't mute it on mobile. Why not?
Good question.
It's like, oh, you're on a mobile device. You're dedicated to that app at one time. It's like, fuck you. It's a phone.
The only way you can not be dedicated to it is if you're listening to something, out of the app, like the music app and shit. That's the only time they don't give a shit.
Also, speaking of music, rip RhythmBot.
What's that?
RhythmBot Discord, it got shut down because YouTube sued.
Oh dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
Do I have a music channel? I forgot.
Now you can't listen to the worst quality audio music anymore in an app that has nothing to do with music.
Heh.
God, I could rant about that for a while, but I won't.
Keep on moving. And the encounter rate in this dungeon is so big. And I wouldn't give a shit about the fucking encounter rate if, I actually got XP. Instead I get skill points, and that shit's dumb. It doesn't feel tangible. Feels like I'm taking forever to get anything accomplished. And even then, Maria just one-shots everything, so it's fucking stupid.
Another game I'd be down to like join you for a stream with if you ever get around to it, because you have the service now. Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I own that for my Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I could have played that literally any time on the channel. I just didn't. Well, okay, correction. No,
No.
I could have done that any time since 2020 because I didn't have a good way of recording off my retro consoles. I had this stupid little AV to HDMI box, but that thing is. When I say that thing is stupid, trust me. I should have refunded
no.
it, but I should have refunded it
Oh
when I got
no,
it.
I know firsthand because like when I went to my brother's friend's house, I'm just gonna call it Weekend House from now on because that's what we all call it. When I went to Weekend House, they were playing an official N64 through an HDMI AV adapter on their like 40-inch flat screen TV. Dude, you could freaking taste those pixels, man.
It's like, now I have this really cool adapter that plugs straight in the Nintendo 64, and it like even smoothed out the graphics and such so it looks better, and I like that.
Yeah.
Problem is that thing was really expensive, but it immediately made that stupid HDMI converter worthless.
That was the first time I ever saw like the N64 like pixely kind of thing too. Like I didn't know like the N64 graphics were as pixely as they are because I grew up on Virtual Console, where they smooth that out considerably.
Yeah.
Because like on Virtual Console it's literally just polygons, but on actual hardware it's a lot more jagged.
Yeah.
And that's saying something for the N64.
And it's slightly more janky.
Well, that's just because the control sticks have aged over time.
Keep going. Just keep slogging through all these stupid encounters, and it's annoying the hell out of me. Can't wait until I'm done with the Final Fantasy 2. That way I can get on to 3, and then it can be slightly more entertaining. And then 4 is when things get really good. Then 5 is the best game in the franchise. Actually, that's 6 or 9. Because stories are amazing. Actually, stop killing Maria!
Oh, nice.
What?
Oh, Matrigus changed his profile picture to Phony from Bone series.
Oh, you didn't notice that?
No, I just noticed that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Man, I want to go reread those books.
I need to read those books again. I found them on Amazon for like all the books together for like $100, and I'm very tempted to get it.
I'm in a financial bind, so I can't consider that, and that makes me very sad.
Oh, dude. I mean, I recently got a raise and upgraded to full-time, so when one of the opportunities is right, I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna get them.
Nice. You do that. You deserve nice things.
I do deserve nice things. I've been working too hard. Sorry, it's just the past couple of months, the state of retail and fast food work has just been horrible.
No, I understand. I work in retail.
Yeah.
I mean, I work in a grocery store. It's not entirely the same thing, but I understand to an extent.
Well, I work in a grocery store too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Food for Less. You work at
Hy-Vee.
High what?
Hy-Vee. Hyvee.
Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
Sounds like something you'd find in the Resident Evil remake.
Maybe.
Like when Leon's investigating the old gas station is just called Hy-Vee.
I could see that.
But yeah, it's like I'm doing fine for now, but my main focus is the car.
Yeah, my brother's saving up for a car as well.
And like, I know the situation's probably much worse for you, Chris, but like I don't really live by a lot of big cities to have a lot of options for it too.
For what?
For like finding a decent used car.
I got my car from my parents.
like the only like big city options I have maybe is like Portland, Seattle, and Sacramento if I really hate myself. But right now it's just like a waiting game because the market is garbage right now. Like a poop garbage car goes for like $5,000 or some
Yikes.
stupid thing like that. What are your options, Chris? You said you have a freaking golden ticket.
I just said I got my car from my parents. I have a Honda Civic.
Oh, okay. You see, I'm not wanting a sedan. I'm wanting like a medium-sized SUV.
Man, I would have
Because-
liked a van because so I could have more of an excuse to try and get friends together, so I could have a big car to take them in. But like, you know,
Yeah.
that wasn't.
You don't want to get a mom van. You want to get something like a Chevy Astro.
No, I really don't care. I just wanted a van. I could go. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind going straight to the '70s and taking one of the hippie cars. You know what I mean? One of those big.
Oh, you mean
fucking-
the Volkswagen bus?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one of those. Just a van.
Dude, those are hard to come by as is. You're not gonna get a Volkswagen bus, especially not in freaking Omaha, Nebraska.
All I am fucking saying is just I wanted something like that. Just a car to carry multiple people in.
That's your
Okay.
dream car.
No, the dream car would be the Mach 5 from Speed Racer. That's the dream car. Or the Batmobile from the newest Batman movie, because that thing is sweet. It's a muscle car with Batman's
Be reasonable, Chris. Have it be something that you can get as a civilian of the United States of America. Yeah, now we're just
I could.
You know-
Technically, the Robert Pattinson Batmobile still fits that limit. It's just Mach 5 from Speed Racer is a bit difficult.
dude, you're forking over like 200 grand. At least for like cars with that status.
It'd still be cool. I'm not saying I'm not being realistic. I'm just being stupid at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I really wanted to be honest, I would buy a semi truck and convert it into a camper. I'd fill up that empty space where they put the cargo ship, and I make that into a freaking motorhome, and I just drive that around everywhere.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it'd be a party bus.
Neat.
We could all camp in the cab. We could all live inside the freaking semi truck, and just travel the United States.
Sounds fun. Please.
There's a time, and the time is now, and it's right for me.
I found the beavers. But I don't think anything is gonna happen with them. I think
Hey,
I'm too.
you found,
Oh wait!
you found my state's
Snook,
you found my
shit!
state's animal.
Here it is! Guys, speak beaver! The reason Guy is the best party member. He can speak beaver! Snook, chit, ask. Goddess Bell.
Ugh. You know what's funny
Secret
is
passage
that, like,
in wall to
despite,
right. Monster guard Bell. Bell
you
and
know what's
wall.
funny? Despite living in Oregon my whole life, I've never seen a beaver here.
Really?
Yeah, even though we have a beaver on our flag, it's like there's no beavers around here.
Huh.
You know what the reason is that for, right?
Why is that?
Long story short, there was a freaking black market trade deal with the British and the Native Americans that if the Native Americans hunted beavers and gave them to the colonists, they would give them guns to fight back the Americans. And they sort of entered their own manifest destiny period where they were just hunting and hunting and hunting beavers to get more supplies. And the last place on the continent where there were beavers to hunt and skin was Oregon.
Huh.
Unbelievable.
See. Meanwhile, in Britain, when they're taking over India, they're like, "Oh, India, yeah, people in India, we will pay you to kill these snakes." So people just kept overbreeding snakes to kill them, to try and get more money from Britain, from the British government.
Now they're just too many snakes.
As Native Americans said that, and they just kept overbreeding beavers to try and
No,
sell
they
them back to
didn't.
the
No,
British.
they didn't breed them.
No,
they
that's
literally just.
that's
Oh,
what
you're
I'm
saying that's the problem.
saying. Why didn't they do just
Yeah.
what people in India do? It's like, overbreed the beaver to try and oversell them to the British government before they figured anything out.
Well, Chris, that's because this was
Oh,
approximately
Furian's dead.
200 years before the India.
I'm just being stupid.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
I don't mean to be like freaking. Oh man, I was gonna make a SpongeBob reference, but never mind.
Yeah, you
didn't
forgot
mean
I
to
don't
be a
know
freaking-
SpongeBob.
Yeah, we should change that.
Well, I've run into a problem. Furion has died, and I have no Phoenix Downs to revive him with. Well,
Sounds like a you problem.
it is a me problem. Furion's just kind of dead, and now I gotta hope that none of us fuck up. The good news is Maria can single-handedly carry us through this entire dungeon. The bad news is...
You're out of
Bad
mana.
news then means Furion will not get any stat level ups the entire time. So I just kinda gotta
Well,
hope that...
that's lame.
And the other good news is Joseph uses his fists as well, so, he's gonna level that stat up. But... Maria's strength continues to grow, because she's unstoppable. Oh, hey, look, it's a giant turtle. And I got a Silver Curious. Can I equip that? Yes, I can, but it doesn't seem to literally do anything. It seems to be the exact same as my mithril armor. Now Maria's wearing silver. And that's an adamantized guardian. That's an adamantoise guardian to bell.
No.
Stay on your toes. Time to fight a turtle.
I have for you an egg in this trying time.
And now to murder a turtle with Maria, because she is an unstoppable beast. Never mind, she's not that unstoppable. She only dealt 48 damage.
Man, the Discord server's already at the point where I'm just like, who are you people?
What do you mean by that?
It's like I'm just going through all the members and I'm just like, who are any of these? It's
I
like,
don't know
get it.
either. And like, no one's active in my server, so it just kind of makes me wonder where they came from and why they're here. Where did you come from?
Well,
Where did you go?
I
Where
know
did you come
why
from?
they're-
Catmajo.
I know why they're here, but it's just like
I
it's
don't.
just weird. It's just weird because like I was there like pretty much since the beginning,
Yeah.
and just as
Matrix
As
was also here
freaking
since
almost-
the beginning. He helped set up the server. It's why he's one of the
What?
admins. Yeah, Matrix.
oh yeah, well
He helped
Matrix,
create
yeah,
the
but-
server.
yeah, I think like I was there like before the Discord was even in the double digits. I think. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Obtained the goddess bell.
Ugh. There's going to be a point where it's like we reach like 50 members, and then all hell's gonna break loose.
$5 says when we hit 50 members, no one's still gonna be interacting.
Oh. We'll
Call me a
I mean, if
pessimist,
we-
but
if
it's
we
really
make
just.
if we make a special rank, just call it Cool Kids, and we can all just hang out in streaming chat forever.
The special rank will be for Patreon donors for whenever it happens, and the Patreon donor class will be called the Skull Kids because we're Zelda reference. I don't know what else to call it. Curses! You've already gotten the goddess spell. First you ruined my standing with the Emperor, and now this. Borgin.
You call it Mr. Saturn's.
But that's not a Zelda reference. That's an Earthbound reference.
Well, does it have to be a Zelda reference?
Like-
Even if you are gaming Navi, you can still like more things. I mean, you're playing Final Fantasy right now.
And my best viewed video is frickin' my most viewed video is Slap City
What?
of all things. That video sucks. I don't know why people keep watching it.
Dude, Slap City is a classic, and you're just ignorant.
I've rewatched it. There's no music playing through it, and it's super cringy when I made the frickin' Food Wars reference.
Listen, okay, that video is high art, and you're just not seeing it as such.
Have you
If
seen it
has-
recently?
if it has as many views as it has, there's clearly an audience for it.
I don't know why though. Because, like, in the beginning, when I uploaded it, I uploaded it to try and cash in on, like, oh, it's a brand new game that just kind of launched. Hopefully I can make a video on this before it gains any traction and popularity. And then, next thing I know, the Game Grumps made a video on it, so I panicked and rushed my review out and be like, oh crap, there's gonna be people looking for Slap City now. So I put that out there, and then it slowly gained views. The next thing I knew was, like, almost a year later, I get a comment on the video, be like, oh yeah, by the way, complimenting me on the video, be like, oh yeah, by the way, congrats on 1,000 views. And I was very confused. And now it's like past 2,000. I have no idea what I did.
You cashed in on a fad, and
I cashed in on a fad before there was a fad. I have no... And then those developers went on to make Nickelodeon's All-Star Brawl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the same people who made that.
That's them? That's cool, actually.
Yeah, I got multiple comments of people saying, like, hey, I'm from the future. Good news. Those people went on to make Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. So, at some point, I need to go play and review that, solely just so I can make my legendary follow-up to, you know, Slap City of all things.
Give the people what they've been waiting for all this time.
Clearly, that's what they've been wanting. They don't want me to go talk about Robopon 2. They don't want me to talk about anything Zelda-related. No. They're here for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
They're here for Slap City 2.
Maybe I'll go play It'll Do. That's another game that company made. It's a Zelda clone, I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It'll Do's playable in Slap City.
I don't want to play it. I'd rather play Agilos than play freaking anything by that company.
Slap City's actually fun. I have revisited that one a few times. I will give that game that credit. Is that I have actually revisited it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I need to get around to playing for the channel. One game I'm surprised I haven't played is Cyberpunk, because I've played that a lot off camera, and I love that game.
I know your history with Cyberpunk.
It's a great game, and I love it, but there's so much I'm worried I have to worry about censoring, so I can't stream that. And I'm scared of trying to make a review of the game, because the footage will be gigantic. And then I'm just fucking worried about how much I'm gonna have to try censoring, because I don't know how to use anything. I don't know how to use...
Kirby and Forgotten Land DLC. Let's change that.
You talking about Kirby and the Forgotten Lands? What you talking about?
No, I'm looking at the memes chat, and the last meme posted was from February 9th. It was the Kirby Forgotten Land VLC joke.
Yeah. I need to post in there. I mostly post memes in anyone else's Discord. Just... I need to get better at posting in my own. But unfortunately, like, no one... I don't think anyone's willing to talk. I don't know any ways to engage, you know, encourage engagement, so I need to get better at that.
You need to freaking move out here, move in with me and my brother, and we all would get a house.
Get the freaking in. Then I'm gonna go heal Furion, and then I'm gonna end the stream for the day, because it is almost 9 o'clock at night. And I still need to get through a bit more of Shin Megami Tensei 5, because I need to go freaking do a bunch of side quests so I can get that true ending. Bunch of side quests which could have just been part of the main plot, but for some reason they aren't, and it pisses me off.
Oh, that's dumb.
When I make my review of Shin Megami Tensei 5, you will see every problem I have with it, and you'll agree with me on a few points. The story is very dumb.
I don't play JRPGs.
Well, don't worry, I'm gonna make a review on the game, and when I tell you the story in that, you will be like, yep, that's dumb.
I'm Scott the Woz, not an RPG guy.
Guess I'm gonna go heal. Gosh damn it.
Can I just say that Scott the Woz makes me very uncomfortable?
I've never seen Scout the Woz, so I literally have no idea how to respond to that.
Alright, so... Yeah, it's best. I feel like it's best you don't, because then you're just gonna. Here's what happened with me and Scott the Waz. It's like I watched a video, and then I got like what I call the new channel curse on your YouTube timeline, where it's like even if you watch one video and you ignore the channel, like a month went by and YouTube is still recommending me videos from that freaking YouTube channel.
Oh, that's just because the
even though-
stupid that's just YouTube algorithms at their finest.
And then I got into a stupid trap where I just binge watched the whole channel for like 4 months, and now I just have this curse. And I didn't realize it until recently, but it's like my initial idea of a YouTube channel is pretty much what Scott the Waz is, except I didn't actually break things.
Hmm.
And because of that, I feel super uncomfortable seeing this alternate universe of what happened if things went differently, and that makes me upset.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna end my live stream here. Thanks to
Oh,
everyone.
you're still streaming shit, sorry.
Yeah, did you think I stopped?
Yes.
When? I'm curious. How long? When did you think I stopped streaming?
Like, before I went on that Scott the Waz tangent?
No, you heard me. I said I was gonna get to town, resurrect Furion, and then I'd end the stream.
Oh,
And then, like,
shit.
when I made that comment was when you started talking about Scott the Waz.
Oh, no.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, while Lauren over there processes what he just did, I'm gonna do my outro. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you tune in tomorrow for the finale to Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. I'm gonna try and find some new content to stream Thursdays, because it looks like I'll have Thursday nights open. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know that shtick, except none of you are gonna do it. Do it for me. Prove me wrong.
If you subscribe and like the video now, you will get 3 fidget spinners delivered right to your cat.
Disclaimer: I cannot be legally held responsible for anything of what he just said. Meantime, this is GamingNavi signing off. Have a good night, everyone.